friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another vlog. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I'm in New York. We have arrived yesterday and the flight went super smoothly. It was delayed though for 1 hour, but overall it was very easy. We got our Uber, we came to hotel and we just crashed out. We are staying in Hotel Indigo, which is in Financial District, and it's such a cute hotel. Let me show you our room. A little hall area. Everything is so narrow in New York, and streets are also super narrow. I don't think I could drive here, to be honest. It seems so stressful. But here in the hallway we have a little wardrobe. We have this little cushion sofa. First window. Here we have our bathroom. Don't mind the mess, but I think the bathroom is so cute. Shower, and when you take the shower you can actually feel the underground metro going, and you can feel the vibrations, which is so interesting. Here we have our mirror, little outfit of the day. I think this shirt is from Zara. These shorts are addicted, my sambas and socks. It's going to be boiling hot today, so I wanted to keep it light and cute. But here is our sleeping area. Don't mind the stain. We got pizza yesterday, and of course we dropped it on the sheet as we usually do. TV, and then we have these beautiful floor-length windows. I would die to have such windows in my home, but look at the view. It's absolutely majestic. We have this beautiful historic, what looks like church. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's stunning. Construction is everywhere in New York. Wherever you go, you have these little narrow spaces to go, but otherwise it's all construction. It's kind of busy, and there's actually lots of tourist buses that go this way, but thankfully it's kind of quiet still somehow in the room. We had a semi-decent sleep last night. I feel like for some reason I never have a good sleep at hotels. They actually did a scientific study on this and found that half of your brain is awake when you first sleep at a new place, which is just wild, but kind of explains everything. But yeah, we woke up, went and got our breakfast and got ready, and now we're gonna go and explore. I'm so excited to do all the touristy things. We're gonna see Statue of Liberty, of course, today. We're also gonna see the Brooklyn Bridge and have lunch at Chelsea Market, which I'm so excited about. Look at how my husband planned everything in his notes app. We love a planning king. But yeah, this is the plan for today. We are staying for 3 nights, and then we're gonna go to Boston for 2 nights, which I'm so excited about. And I'm just so happy to be here. New York has been always on my bucket list, and I just know I'm gonna love this trip so much because I'm a big city girl at heart. But yeah, it's time to go and explore, and I'm excited to take you all along. lot of people. It was actually packed and there's no air conditioner, which of course made it a little bit tricky. But overall, not that bad. We have survived and we made it to Chelsea. Now we're gonna go and explore Chelsea Market. I've never seen car parking like this. They're stacked. I guess you have to come up with creative ideas in such a busy city. Good morning, you guys. It's day 2 of New York City. Yesterday was such a fun day. We did so much. We did a lot of walking. We started with going to Liberty Island to see the one and only Statue of Liberty. We took a ferry to get there. It was a little bit crazy. There were a lot of tourists. It was kind of packed, but it was so nice to just walk around the island and just chill a little bit. We came back and we went to the Chelsea Market, and that was so much fun. Again, very touristy place, but they had so many food options. It was just so fun to walk around and pick and see. We ended up eating at this place called Very Fresh Noodles. I thought it was pretty good. It was a little bit too spicy for me, but otherwise it was very fresh. Then we had this ice cream at Sesame ice cream place. I forgot the name of the place, but it was incredible because they actually add a little bit of halwa to the ice cream. It was just amazing. And then we went to this cool Highline place, which is basically like a little bit of greenery in the midst of this concrete big city. It was so beautiful. It was so refreshing to walk there. I would highly recommend it. And then we took a ferry from Wall Street to Dumbo and walked the Brooklyn Bridge all the way back, which took us about 1 hour. It was a little bit tricky with 2 tired kids, but still so worth it. And of course we got to use the underground, the metro. I didn't expect it to be narrow. Everything in New York City is very narrow, and there's also no air conditioning when you first go into the platform. So that was kind of unexpected and tricky because it gets so hot, but thankfully there is air conditioner in the cab, so that makes it so much easier. But oh my god, New York City is absolutely incredible. It's so full of style and character. Very different vibes from LA, very different. I'm loving it so far. I love a big city. It's so cool. But today we went and got our breakfast, got ready, and now we will go to Central Park. I'm so excited. Hopefully they have playgrounds, things like that for kids to play around and get their energy out. And later in the day we want to do maybe one of the skyscrapers, we'll see. And we also have visiting Times Square on our agenda, we'll see how that goes. Here's the outfit of the day. These shorts are from Abercrombie. I got this t-shirt at Shop Bob. My jewelry and of course my sambas, which I'm so grateful for because you are walking so much around New York City. You definitely want to bring the most comfortable shoes you have. And it's gonna be pretty much the same weather as yesterday, really sunny and really hot, but I don't know, I'm kind of used to high temperatures at this point, being from sunny California, so I don't mind that. I actually love that. But of course I packed a lot of sunscreen, hat, everything for kids. But yeah, let's go and have another beautiful day in New York. For reference, when I said everything is narrow in New York City, so this is the distance between two buildings. I can probably stretch out my hands and we'll reach both sides. Alright, now we're on our way to a Peruvian restaurant. I'm really excited. I've never tried Peruvian food before, but I'm starving. Hopefully it will be good. Las Vegas Strip, but I feel like it's even more chaotic. There's so many people here. Oh my god, it's packed. We are in New London, Connecticut. Made a stop for a meal. So excited to eat some seafood. I got the fish tacos. They look so amazing. Obviously have to have a little sweet treat after meal. Cookie Monster and black raspberry Oreo. Good morning, we are in Boston. We have arrived yesterday, checked in our Airbnb. It's so cute. We have this lovely balcony, a living room with nice sofa, little kitchen with everything we need, one of the bedrooms for kids, their bathroom, and then we have our bedroom. Our Uber is here and we are about to go and grab some breakfast.
still very much active. We were literally in the working chambers of the House of Representatives, where 160 state reps meet to debate, amend, and vote on laws that literally affect the whole state. And it can literally be anything from budget bills to climate policy to whether happy hour drinks are a thing, are legal. And by the way, fun fact, they are very much illegal here in the state of Massachusetts, which I think is just hilarious. And inside the House of Representatives space, there's a sacred cod fish overhanging, and it's basically like a Massachusetts unofficial mascot. And fun fact, boys from Harvard tried to stall it because actually there was no security in all these government buildings before 9/11. Anyone could just come in, walk through the building, no metal detectors or back checks or anything like that. So there were quite a bit of incidents happening in this building. I talked to a security guard inside and he told me a couple of stories which was so fun to learn about. But anyway, we are done with Massachusetts State House and now we're gonna go and see Park Street Church because it's the next stop on our Freedom Trail.